Hello everyone, this is your host Comic Manga, and today instead of making my usual versus videos, I decided to make a video on top 10 strongest DC and Marvel characters from their respective cinematic universes. This list is specifically only for superheroes and not villains like Thanos, Ultron, etc. So what I'll be doing is, we'll be talking about the abilities of these characters, and if there's a close battle between two characters like Hulk and Thor, we'll decide who will win by comparing the characters according to their strength, speed, endurance, intelligence, and abilities. So let's get started. So last week I made this video on Iron Man vs Superman. It's an absolutely amazing video. You should surely go and check it out, a link in the description. So in that video I calculated the strength of Iron Man's Hulkbuster, where we found out that it can deliver a punch with 175 tons of force. Now, if we actually convert 175 tons into newtons, we get a force of 1,743,000 newtons. Now, if you're wondering why I'm actually talking about the Hulkbuster strength, it's because of this scene where we can see that Iron Man and Hulk cancel out each other's punches, suggesting that even Hulk can deliver a punch of 175 tons. To put that into perspective, take the largest animal in the world, that's the blue whale, which has a weight of 175 tons, and compress it to the size of a fist and punch someone with it. It would look something like this.
Dr. Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Cap.
I have one of the great temperaments. I have a winning temperament. We need a strong temperament, and that's all it is. I have a strong temperament.
And I know you're like, what? How is Spider-Man stronger than Hulk? It shouldn't even be possible. Well, that's where you went wrong, my dear friend. To prove what I just stated, we need to make some calculations on how strong Spider-Man actually is. Now, in this scene, we see Spider-Man withstand the crushing weight of an aero bridge, which according to OptusNet.com, weighs in around 27 metric tons, or 27,000 kilograms. So here we have it, Spider-Man can lift up to 27,000 kilograms. But wait a second, that weight that he just withstood should have been much more heavier. Well, that's because of something known as impact forces. Well, impact forces is basically when two things collide, causing a greater amount of force than normal. To put it simply, the quicker you stop something, the more force you are hit with. As calculated by Gobbs in his video on how strong Spider-Man is, link in the description, it turns out that Spider-Man uses a force of 81,322,164 newtons to do this, making him 45 times stronger than Hulk. Now, to put that into perspective, that means Spider-Man can easily endure punches from Hulk and also possibly punch back with a force of 81 million newtons, which would instantaneously knock out Hulk. Plus, Spider-Man has other cool abilities like a subconscious ability to sense everything in his surroundings, which he calls as Spider Sense. Now, this ability is so overpowered in the movie Amazing Spider-Man 2 that Spider-Man was able to dodge lightning, which travels at the speed of light. This is just an example I wanted to give you to tell you how overpowered the Spider Sense can actually get. Tony Stark does not possess any innate powers. Instead, he uses a miniature version of the arc reactor to charge his various suits that provide him with superhuman strength, endurance, durability, and a variety of weapons. His original technology combined with his extraordinary intelligence makes Tony Stark one of the most formidable superheroes and a force to be reckoned with. His suits can achieve a speed of Mach 3, and his usual suits have a strength of 100 tons, and his strongest suit, that is the Hulkbuster, can deliver punches of 175 tons or 1,743,000 newtons worth of force. His armors can easily withstand ballistic missiles except nukes, lightning thunders, and laser beams. And as shown in Iron Man 3, in crucial moments is able to assemble all his suits, which will be controlled by his artificial intelligence, that is Friday, making him one of the most strongest superhero characters in both the DC and Marvel cinematic universes. Magneto is a mutant with the power to manipulate magnetic fields to achieve a wide range of effects. The primary application of his power is control over magnetism and the manipulation of ferrous metals. So now we can pretty much conclude that he is a living magnet, but the question is how strong of a magnet is he? So the strongest feat we see him perform is the Golden Gate Bridge scene from the movie X-Men Last Stand, a structure weighing around 887,000 tons or 804 million kilograms. Based on the bridge's weight and the magnetic strength required to lift the Golden Bridge, as calculated by Matt Pratt from film theories, will be in the range of 100 million Tesla, a magnetic force that can be found only in neutron stars, making Magneto insanely overpowered and one of the most strongest characters in both the DC and Marvel cinematic universes. Thor's the greatest and most skilled warrior in Asgard since Odin, and is one of the most skilled fighters in the Nine Realms. Thor is thus an extremely skilled warrior and competent, trained in the arts of war and various Asgardian fighting techniques. He is therefore masterful in numerous areas of combat, including hand-to-hand and various forms of weaponry available in Asgard, though he usually prefers to wield his hammer Mjolnir. Thor has been entrusted with the mighty hammer Mjolnir that has been forged from the heart of a dying star, also called as a neutron star. Thor's hammer resembles a mallet rather than a traditional warhammer, has a number of elemental based powers. It has been stated by Odin himself that Mjolnir's power has no equal. Mjolnir itself is extremely durable, and combined with the various enhancements placed upon it by Odin, it is for all intents and purposes indestructible. Yeah, indestructible. Yeah, sure.
Well, it's a long story.
All jokes aside, Thor's hammer is pretty powerful, as it is shown to travel at remarkable speeds. In this scene where Thor's hammer gets teleported to Earth, his hammer manages to travel from Earth's surface to outer space in less than 2 seconds. Now, to calculate the speed at which his hammer travels, we need to find out the distance and time taken by the hammer to travel that distance. According to Wikipedia, the average distance between Earth's surface to outer space is equal to around 460 kilometers, and the hammer was able to travel this distance in 1.3 seconds. So we get that Thor's hammer was able to travel at a speed of 353,846 meters per second, or Mach 1010. Well, if you're like, why are you calculating the speed of Thor's hammer? That's because Thor is able to fly because of his hammer and does not have any superpower to fly, as explained by the famous Stan Lee. So it is fair enough to say that Thor can travel at a speed of Mach 1010. Then to put Mach 1010 into perspective, let's say that Thor throws his hammer from outer space at Hulk. Now, to do that, let's find out what would be the force that Hulk would experience if Thor threw his hammer at its top speed Mach 1010. Well, we can calculate that by using the formula for force, which is force is equal to mass into acceleration. Assuming that Thor throws his hammer from outer space towards Hulk, we get an acceleration of 272,000 meters per second squared. Now, if we multiply that with Hulk's mass, which is 520 kilograms, we get a force of 140 million newtons, which means Thor is hypothetically 80 times stronger than Hulk, and this is when he throws his hammer from outer space. That means Hulk would experience even a greater force if the hammer is thrown from a closer distance. Now, if you're curious to find out how strong Thor is in general, as calculated by Gobbs in his video, Thor was easily able to crush Iron Man's suit and would require a force of 80,000 newtons to do it. But the main reason why I placed Thor above characters such as Spider-Man, Hulk, Iron Man and Magneto is because of Mjolnir, which as calculated is really overpowered because of the speeds that it can travel at and also the amount of force it can generate when thrown at someone. According to Wikia, the hammer has survived heat as extreme as the heat of the sun's blast, powerful enough to destroy planets, and it has contained energy sufficient enough to destroy an entire galaxy, and energy even sufficient enough to destroy 1/5 of the universe. This is all just in the comics. I just wanted to give an idea on how strong Mjolnir can actually get, making Thor the 6th strongest character in the MCU and the DCEU. I'll be uploading the part 2 of this video with the top 5 strongest superheroes next week, because these videos take a lot of time to make. Hope you'll enjoy this video, and also do let me know who would be in your top 10 list. And if you like my content, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. And yeah, keep being awesome.